Hey, hi. I didn't have to take a picture. I was ready to be like, oh, I can't decide if I'm more comfortable sitting on my tush or propped up on a foot so I feel tall. I don't know, but I'm just waiting for people to pop on. We're going to do a look. We'll see. I tried it one way. I was on Facebook, so I like to go live on the first. Half face on Facebook, half face here. Times are TBA whenever I can get on here because kids and stuff. But I did my eye makeup and then I had to wipe it off, just my eye makeup, and redo it because I didn't like what I did. It happens, but it's September. Once one's here, everyone's here, and yeah. So I'm just gonna wait for people to hop online. I'm gonna readjust and mature like I always do, over and over and over. But I don't really have anything to prep and get ready for. But when you're here, say hi, where you're from, things you want to see from me this month. I would love to come up with some new ideas because I feel like I'm pretty redundant on here. There's over 300 tutorials, so, But I would love to hear what people want to see. And I've been having some fun with eyeshadows this week. If you're not part of my Facebook, please come join. I do a lot more there than I do here. Here is where the tutorials come, but there's more graphics, there's more information. I'm able to answer questions and all those kinds of things. But I did a poll in my Facebook group with these 4 eyeshadow combos for fall because after Labor Day in my house, it's fall, y'all. And that's when I'm allowed to go get my latte, my basic B latte. And I'm able to get that and I pull out all my fall decor. And so I've been doing some eyeshadow looks and everybody takes a vote on which one they want to see. And I take it from most voted for and I do all the looks, but the first day's the most voted and then second, third, and fourth. And so this was the 4th choice. And the colors are Sedona, which is like a warm brown. And then it's Basic. Oh, sugar. It didn't break. Basic, which is like, I think it looks like a Necco, those chocolate Neccos. And then Wild Card Denim. So those are the eyeshadows we're going to play with. I'm going to do them first, especially working with something blue. Any fallout, I don't want it to mess with my makeup. And so I always do the dark eyeshadows first. Hi from New Hampshire. I love your video. Thank you so much, Kathy. Okay, New Hampshire. Is it everything we think it is there? Because we all think it's like Stepford Wives and what's that show? I can't remember the show, but I have this picture in my head of like white picket fences and that's what I think it's like. And I dream of going there. I have a secret Pinterest board that I like to go to when I'm trying to get away from my own house. And it's in Maine, but I was like, maybe New Hampshire's where I want to be. Maybe New Hampshire. But I have like this secret house on the lake where I remodel it and I live alone and there's a deck with Adirondack chairs and maybe a fire pit. I mean, I don't even like fire pits, but there is one. And I'm a weird person. I don't like fire pits. Am I the only person in the world that doesn't like to sit around a fire? And I don't know. It feels like a lot of work. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to do our makeup. I'm going to start it now. I'm going to prep my face. I'm getting ready to do a bulk order on Ulta or Sephora or whatever because I need to get De-Slick. Charlotte, I am getting ready to. It starts Tuesday. But I'm going to get De-Slick. I think I want to get Charlotte Tilbury. I need more Milk Hydro Grip, but I've been loving the De-Slick as a primer. I did have my face on Facebook and we're going to do it over here. But I also need to get my favorite mascara because my kids have been messing with it. Bare Minerals Lashtopia. It's my favorite. I've been prepping with L'Oreal because a teenager told me to do it, and I'll do anything a teenager tells me to do. But welcome to fall. Welcome to September. So we're going to start playing. Yes, I'm starting homeschooling. So here's the deal. We were driving an hour each morning to school. I had to leave here by 7 to get there by 8. I was driving another little girl, and it was this beautiful school. I loved the teachers, the community with the parents. It was the dynamics and that they were knitting and woodworking. It was a Waldorf method, which is a very different method. Very different. It was very hard for me to grasp it. And the way a child learns does not determine how smart they are, but the method of Waldorf teaching did not work with the method that my Charlotte learns. So it was, and I love the school, but I have a thing when people, and I'm very good. I think I'm very good about this. If I don't know how to do something or I don't have an answer, I'm okay with being like, I don't know. Or if something doesn't work, I'm okay with being like, this doesn't work. I felt like they kind of had a hard time admitting that. I'm not trying to talk crap because it's, again, a beautiful school. For the right kids, it's a magical experience. Ava, my youngest, her kindergarten experience there was amazing. I'm talking about nothing and I need to be doing makeup. But they wanted to label her. And I didn't want her thinking there was something wrong with her when it's just simply the method that didn't work. It's not that she's autistic or ADHD or dyslexic or I don't even know what this is, but dyscalculia. Has anybody ever heard of dyscalculia? I don't know. Yeah, anyway. Okay. My main shade today is Sandy. I think Athens 1, I'm almost out of Athens. It's just a shade touch too light. And I really like the way that Sandy's sitting on me. I miss being Hazel. I'll admit that. I do. Okay. So anyways, Charlotte's pretty behind. Ava's a little bit behind too because of their method. So we're going to homeschool. I know my limits. I hired a teacher with a master's degree to teach a homeschool program, and it's amazing. And I went with what my husband says. When you're in a kitchen, you go into the mode of cooking. When you go to bed and you see your bed, you go into the mode of going to sleep. And when you go into the bathroom and you see a toilet, well, we know what happens. So I went with the method of I'm going to turn a room into a schoolroom because when you go in there, I want it to smell like it. I have a scent in there. It's called Genius. My friend uses it and she swears by it. And it's this Genius. It's by, it's an essential oil. I can't remember which brand, but it's called Genius. And it's supposed to tune kids into focusing, but I wanted them to go into this room and know that that's a space for learning and it's not like a television room or a dining room or anything like that, and I didn't want to mess. Okay, we're gonna take this here and school starts Tuesday. We're gonna go into Sunlit. I've been using a lot of Sunlit because I have my discoloration and I'm gonna be doing a lot of this today, but I have this, see how it's dark? It really just depends on how close my face is to the camera really, but I get purple right here and I like Demi just fine. But I'm using Frenchie lately, and I think it looks pretty darn good. But I'm going to be using my Sunlit here on the right side to just cancel out that discoloration, the veins, the discoloration. And I'm just going to go from lash to brow, and it just cancels it out. This is all I'm doing is creating, I'm Bob Rossing my lids. Who watched Bob Ross? You know how he preps all of his canvases with that white paint to just, and then he cleans it, and then he goes, we're not going to do the, but okay. Then I'm going to go into my next layer into my setting powder, my Vanilla Dust. I like this. I like it more. I haven't tried the Laura Mercier one. I keep meaning to, but damn, it's expensive. So I've tried Airspun. I've tried this Urban Decay, and I like this one if I'm going to an event and I want it to hold up with like dancing, you know, kick my feet up and have a good time. But I really like my Vanilla Dust, and I just set my whole lid with it. It just sets the cream from creasing, and it creates a blending surface. All right, we're going to be using, I used the smudge brush last time. I feel like I'm going to use the same brush. Screw it. Okay. All right. I read all the comments because they disappear afterwards. Okay. Sunlit to cancel out the purples. Yes. I'm also going to use Frenchie. Yes. All right. We homeschool as well. Also, you helped me so much with the Saint. Yay! I'm going to have so much more time to do this because I'm not seriously, I've just freed up 12 to 14 hours a week by homeschooling. That's not full free because they're only doing homeschool for, I think, 3, maybe 4 hours. We haven't decided yet. School starts Tuesday and we don't know. I geeked out on my homeschool room though. Oh man. I can't wait. And now it's Labor Day weekend, and that means Tuesdays fall for me. I'm getting ready for Thanksgiving. I pre-planned Thanksgiving. Oh my gosh. I really loved that room. What is that darn essential oil company? It is another MLM. I don't care what it is as long as it's good and works. It's funny, what I think it smells like and what my friend thinks it smells like are different. I think it has almost like a minty vapor rubby smell, but it's not really overpowering and heavy like with other essential oils. I like to burn the volcano. It's not as good as an actual volcano candle, but the Pura one is good. Anyways, okay. I'm gonna go into my warm color first. So Sedona and Basic are very similar. They're both very similar, but this one's warm and this one's cool. Young Living, yes, thank you, Nikki. Young Living, that's what it is. Young Living Genius. And they have it's pricey, but it'll last. It's one small room, so I only have to do a couple drops. But they also have a roller ball that I might implement into when we figure out what we're gonna do next. Okay, eyeshadow, focus. I'm probably gonna talk about Thanksgiving. It's my favorite holiday. And you guys always get me sidetracked. It's not my fault. All right, I'm using my setting powder as my brow color. I'm not gonna use Drift. I don't know what's wrong with me, but that's it. But if you aren't part of my Facebook group, you should be, because you get to help me pick out my weekly colors. It's a new thing that makes things easier for me. So we're gonna take Sedona first. Yes, Sedona first. I'm using the smudge brush, the small end, and now I've got the hooded eyes. So we got this little flap. It's getting down, farther down, farther down, farther down. But when you add color up here, do you see how it just, it's nice. All right, so we're gonna take it on the small end. I'm using a Demi Palette 6. Now everybody gets all upset when I use the Palette 2 that's no longer available. Message Saint, have them bring it back. They will listen. If you message, they will read. And maybe they'll bring it back. It'd be great, But I use a Demi Palette 6. So it's a 6 for Demi means these little guys. But I use a cleaning tile because I like to get all up in here, and between eyeshadow colors, it's right there. And when I'm doing my eyebrows, it's right there to clean. So I have a cleaning tile, a wax, and then I have Trust and Oak. Oak is a great, I think it's pretty universal, but this is also another one if you have really light brows. Yeah, babies.
It was like calling me names.
I'm sorry. I will talk to her about it when I'm done. Okay, thank you, baby. They're having a hard time. It's hard. Okay, so we've taken Sedona. We're taking on the small end, tapping onto it, tapping off, tap off. Especially if you're doing your eye makeup after your makeup's on, you don't want it falling down. All right, so I'm going to rest my face. And then we're gonna start out here and we're gonna work our way in. And then once you've initially got this, you can raise your eyebrows. And then we just get that onto, don't raise them like you're excited or shocked or something, but you wanna raise them a bit. And then you just come out. Yeah, babe. Using this fat end, I'm just gonna blend out this top line. I'm pulling down, not up.
Mama, well, salad isn't helping me.
Okay, I will be in there in just a minute to help both of you. Shut the door for me, please. Cleaning rooms is hard. Okay, and they are in charge of cleaning their rooms so they can have their surprise on Sunday, which they get anyways. Isn't that the biggest bummer about parenting? You plan a surprise that costs money, and they're gonna get it anyways, but you still have to threaten them all day for days. We're taking them to a circus. It's a human circus. It's not an animal circus. It's some water kind of circus. I don't know. We've been driving by it on the way to swim lessons. Oh, her curls. Ugh, I know. It really burns my biscuit every time. I'm like, this is my curls. They're rough. This is called day 2 curls. All right, so here's my thing. All week I've been doing my eyeshadow using very different colors. And if you're part of my Facebook group, you know what they are. If you're not part of my Facebook group, get in there, okay? Get in there. There's a link in the description of this. Click, join, please come. And I put up at least 4 options. And you guys get to vote which option. And that one with the most votes I do first. And then I go through the week doing the second favorite, the third favorite, and then the fourth favorite. So I do the same placement. I always have a transition color. Oops, this side. So today it's Sedona, because we're on the fourth day. But okay, but all the pictures are in there too that they can't be here. Maybe I'll make a carousel, if you will. Anyways, so I put Sedona up here. I always have a transition color that I place just like this. I pull it straight out. I don't bring it down here. I bring it right here. Then I have a second color, and that's gonna be Basic today. Now, all colors can be different shades, whether you're using a fluffy brush, a dense brush, your finger, a wet brush, it changes the depth of the color. So one color can be 4. Keep that in mind. So I'm gonna use Basic, using the small end, tapping it off, and I'm gonna go right here on the outer lid where I always put things, and then I push it onto the bottom part of that brow. And these are pretty similar. Again, it's just a touch of cool versus warm. And so it's not a big difference. And we push in. And then I'm gonna pull it down here, okay? Let it smoke it out. I like the way my eyes look when I have some darkness underneath. Some. I don't like black being the dark bottom color because I feel like it makes my eyes look more mature and it plays with my fine lines. And so I keep it medium. Medium. All right. So we're going over using that bottom part of the brow bone. These kids today, I've already gone live once, so they're kind of at their wits' end. I tried putting denim on my folded on my live in Facebook and I wiped it off. It was so bad. It was so bad. All right. So instead, I just leave it like this. And I'm going to take my eyebrow brush. Okay. And I'm going to use, this was what I used to wipe my eyeshadow off. It's just our refresh wipes. These are really great because you want to double cleanse with our makeup. And so take the makeup off and cleanse it. Then I take a microfiber and I take that off. Whatever is on these, I take off with a microfiber. So I wipe all the makeup, get it all off, take the microfiber, wipe it off, a nice hot or warm one. Then I cleanse and then I da-da-da-da-da-da-da. All right, so I'm going to take my brow color off. And I like doing it with a thingy because it makes my brush a bit damp, which will help deepen things. Okay, so I'm going to go into, I need to move these off my palette. And we're going to go into our brightening highlight. Yep, the brightening highlight. Sunlit. I'm going to tap it on both sides of the brush. All right, there it is. It looks like a lot. It's a little brush, okay? It's a little guy. And we are going to create an eyeliner with it. We're just going to do this and we're going to create a wing. A wingy, wingy wing. Now these are creams, so keep that in mind. And then we're going to pull it all the way across. It doesn't have to be perfect. This isn't our eyeliner. This is our base. This is what's going to hold it there. Okay? Looks awful, correct? Perfect. Perfect. And then I'm going to take that same wipe and I'm just going to wipe off the cream. There it is. And because it's a little bit damp, I'm able to go into my denim. I'm just holding it in my finger here. And we're going to tap on both sides again. Fill it up. Tap it off. You want to tap it off, whether it's black, whether anything, because the fallout will fall right onto this area and it'll mix in with your makeup and you don't want that. Then we're going to tap onto that highlight color. And this holds that color there, but it also will deepen it. And you just build and grab as you need to. But I love this. I did this with a rainbow look once. I used pinks and I used blues and turquoises and gold. And it was so pretty. I'm trying to not block the camera. But I just follow along that highlight color and so it will grab and it will bump up the pigment. I have a hard time winking eyes, so it makes it a little bit hard. So if you're not in front of a camera, grab that eyelid and hold it taut. But I just do this, and then I'm going to grab it and I'm going to go along the lower lash line with the blue, and it's just going to be a bit softer, like that. It's going to look like this. Trust me. All right, now I'm going to go in with this new eyeliner I've been using. Now, I like it. It just doesn't go on as dark as my Maybelline Tattoo Studio, but it doesn't transfer, and I like that more. So we're going to take this little brush. It's by Revant. I haven't linked it because I'm still playing with it. And I thought it was a little pricey because I had to pay for shipping because I only bought this. So I think it cost me about 20 bucks. Maybelline doesn't cost that much. Anyways, so I'm going to waterline here. And then I'm going to push into my lash line when I'm doing it. And this just helps fill in between my lashes because they're thin. And then it plays with that blue a little bit. Okay, then I'm going to waterline a little bit down here. And that's it. Okay, next, mascara. I'm using, I keep knocking over my setting spray. My back hurts today too. All right, we're going to go in with that. And I've been really loving using this primer. I used to use it in my 20s all the time. And I know there's other ones out there, but dang, they're expensive. I used a Chanel one I got as a gift. And it was good, but dang, I wasn't going to buy another one. Was not going to buy another one. Okay, so I have the primer on. I let that sit for just a little bit. And then I'm going to be using my Bare Minerals. Now this puppy's, I've had it for over a year. It might be 2 years. Like I've had this thing for a long time. And my kids bent it and it's clumpy, but it's still good. So that longevity, okay? I used to use another one that was over the counter and it didn't have the shelf life. But I always wiggle and fill in at the root and pull. Wiggle and pull. And then I clip the tips and then I can see where I can see the primer. So I always go down and pull those lashes into the bristles and pull it down. And then I just go back. I don't do that a lot. I only do it once. Otherwise it creates clumping, especially right now. And I have really short lashes. I don't like curling my lashes, so I don't. But this is super pretty. I haven't tried, I think I have mascara on my face, but I don't have makeup on, so we'll just rub it. I haven't tried colored mascara yet. I heard that's making a comeback. But once my makeup's on, you see, it pulls together very nice. You just gotta trust the process. And so we're gonna put our eyeshadows away right now because I don't want them flying all over the place. So it was Sedona and Basic and Denim. I like this look. I think it's very pretty, but it is everybody's least favorite and it's mine. And it's not because I don't like it, it's just not gonna be my top pick. That's all. All right, putting Denim away. I really loved Rain. I played with Rain, which is another blue, and it was so pretty. I think it was on one of my videos. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna make some kind of a carousel in shorts so you could see the 4 colors that were picked for me and then the looks that went with it. All right, let's get into my face. Did I set my face already? I don't know. So we're gonna set it. I've been really liking my D-Slick as a primer. If you have any questions or there's something you wanna see, let me know. And if you have questions about what the heck I'm doing, let me know. I am gonna clean the blue off of this really quick. Yes. All right, so there's some new things coming up. I'm gonna plug it, and I know everybody hates it. Take it or leave it. It's okay. If you're just here for the makeup, that's okay. I love having you guys here. You guys have been amazing. But the artist program, if you've been liking the makeup and you think this looks like fun, you want to be with me. I mean, you get me. Everybody thinks that I'm joking, but like we talk every day. And I just had somebody join my team last week, and we've been talking maybe 2 weeks ago now, but we talk all the time. And you get a lot of me and you get the team, and it's an amazing, uplifting team. But I'm starting my power hours next weekend. Saturday. So if you're thinking about it, it's 4 sessions of, you get me every day, but then you get this really great power hour with me for 4 sessions that help you create habits and whatever. And it's starting next week. So if you're thinking about the artist program, it's a good time to join and you get some goodies, you know? All right. Enough about that. I don't plug that a lot. I just feel icky doing it. Okay. So we're going to get into my palette. My palette is not your palette. With all the looks, I've been doing this last week. I've been doing the same lip and cheek color and the same lip color, okay? This and this. And all of them just to show the difference eyeshadow makes. I wanted to keep it all the same, and it's so good. I'm going to change it again next week because I think Saffron with Nova on the lips is going to be a really great fall color. All right, so I'm going to go into Aspen. Aspen is what my favorite. I like using Suede and Aspen together because they're dense. We know this. I like to put them where I want them. I like them to stay, and I like them to hold my makeup in place. You get more longevity out of your makeup using these than Demi. That's just my opinion. I'm a face toucher too, so I have to account for the fact that I'm a face toucher. It's makeup, not magic. If I touch my face, it's going to change my makeup. I'm going to use the blend brush. This is my color correcting brush. It's a good addition to your collection. I just don't think it's a standalone brush. All right, we're going to go into Aspen, and I just swirl like that. I could melt it, but whatever. All right, don't tell me I need to. I don't want to be told what to do. I'm going to use the small end, and this is where I focus. This is my biggest, this little cluster is my biggest insecurity. And I have large pores, I have redness in my nose, and I have darkness right here. So we're going to tackle all of that. So I take it, you really don't see it, and I just feather it on my cheeks. Now the point of all of this is I'm just toning the redness down, okay? So this redness in my nose, see that redness? We just take what's left on the brush and I just sweep it right here, and it takes care of that redness, and it just mutes it down without turning my face gray. And then I just handle I always get redness right here, and I just take a really light amount of Aspen and I just sweep it over the red discoloration. A little bit of rosacea trying to rear its head lately, and I just sweep over it. So you still see my problems, but the redness is gone, and then it's just the spots I have to take care of. I'm going to take this fluffy end of the brush, and I'm going to go into suede here, and I'm just going to sweep into it and build it in. And then I'm going to take this hyperpigmentation spot, and then I have some coming in up here and here. Okay, I've got stuff. Let's just call it stuff. We don't care. I balance and do the same thing over here. I don't have as many, but I just take it and I sweep around this hyperpigmentation and up again. My makeup is fully done over here. Makeup will always look like makeup, but it's not heavy, it's not cakey, it's not dry, it doesn't look like a chalkboard on my face, and it's light and it feels really good. And that's what I like out of my makeup. And I like what it looks like towards the end of the day, because my old makeup was just gathering and cracking and I looked sickly under my eyes. So yeah, but I did try something on Monday where somebody said that they use Shape Tape. I used balm. I don't like Shape Tape, but I used balm and then tried Shape Tape under this eye, and then I did Saint on this side, and I can report back. I thought that the Shape Tape looked beautiful when I had the balm with it. Otherwise it was crepey, it gathered, it creased, it didn't look good. But when I used it with balm, it looked great, and they looked the same. They also looked the same at the end of the day. So if you love your Shape Tape, try Saint Balm and use it with your concealer. If you're dry around your nose, prep with balm. It will give you longevity. You don't have to use a full face of Saint. If you like your makeup and you just feel like your concealer is kind of funky, try Saint Balm. I'm serious. And it's also a great illuminator. All right. So I'm taking this suede and I'm just sweeping it around, bringing it up. It's kind of like underpainting, but I'm just trying to camouflage this and this guy. This guy's really hard for me to cover. I'm also using Cedar Contour. If I color match you and you're a certain tone and you have freckling or hyperpigmentation, Cedar is a great, Cedar, Olive, Ash are great contours to go with them because they don't pull them through and all that. All right, so I've done that. Now I'm going to grab balm with my finger, just tap it a couple times and put it on. See how it adds that sheen? It's a great illuminator because my makeup's done over here, but it just adds a little dewiness, which is really nice when you don't want sparkle. So I tap it and I have my discoloration here, and I'm going to tap this up into that discoloration and then thin it out as I pull out this way. But I add that on. I'm going to go into my Frenchie here, just a touch, and I'm going to tap over that discoloration right there with that Frenchie. It doesn't look like blush. It doesn't look, I'm even going to grab a little more. That purple in this corner just kills me. This side's my darkest eye, but I just tap over it, but it doesn't look cakey. It doesn't look like anything. It's just nice, okay? I'm not done with my makeup, guys, but I'm gonna add, I want more. I'll probably overdo it, but whatever, Amanda. Stop. Okay, then I'm gonna be using Sunlit, which has those yellow undertones, which just gives it the last kiss. All right, now we're gonna get into the makeup. Let's zoom out a little bit. You guys don't need to be that close to me. I haven't even brushed my teeth yet. Okay. I'm going to be using my blush and bronzer brush because this is my favorite, and this is the detail brush. If you're new to Saint, if you're thinking about trying Saint, this is a really great combo to start out because you will either over apply or, because I say it, you under apply. So this is great for building and this is great for blending down. And then this is just great because it has the edges for the lines. I've seen people stick tape in their mouth up to their ears. I'm like, I'm not, get a straight edge brush. You do not need to stick tape. You can use your finger to find that same spot and then just do not put tape in your mouth. Those are ridiculous trends. Oh my goodness. I forgot I had a tool. Okay, this is like a weird, I need to do this week. I meant to do it today, but it's some eyeshadow tool. I'm going to stick it here so I can maybe see it. Sorry. I meant to do that. Okay, so we're going to start with the blush and bronzer. We're going to apply our main highlight here. And I'm going to go into Sandy. I will say this, get a custom color match. You can match yourself. There's no guarantees. Here's the deal. I'm going to look at the stuff and I'm going to tell you, but my colors aren't everybody's colors. So some people are like, oh my gosh, Sunlit looks so good on you. It looks like crap on me. Get a custom match. Talk to me. Send me pictures. Let's talk about it. I don't care if you're somebody else with somebody else. You can still use their link. I don't care. I just like helping people. But let's talk about it and look at technique. I mean, techniques. I steal techniques from people using traditional makeup all the time. I mean, I got this weird silicone-y eye thing. But I like taking techniques from different kinds of makeup people that don't use Saint to use with this. It's great. All right, so take techniques away, like using balm with your concealer or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to tap this down here. Now this shade is a touch. Here's the deal. I'm a touch too dark for Athens and I'm a touch too light for Sandy. So I'm gonna I did a tutorial on this already this week. If you didn't watch it, it's just right at the top. But I bring this and I tap in. Don't ever wipe into your makeup. Just tap in. You don't even want to really see it on the brush. But it's 80% pigmentation. It's there. And I go over my scarring and I stipple over it because I have that correcting on. And then after I've put it on this area, then I'll bring it into the middle where I have a lot of texture from smiling, from talking, and my nose. And I bring it in like that. And I get this discoloration covered. But tapping in crazy light is what you need to do. And then pull it down. Okay. Then I'm going to, my neck is always lighter than my face and I have these weird gross breakouts. I'm going to tap into my brightening first because my neck is light, but I'm going to bring the temp up on the color, the tone up on the color with my main highlight. And then I'm going to go over my breakouts and it balances really well. Take this fluffy and I'm going to go into my bronzer and then I'm going to go and bridge my neck to my face. Really lightly. So if you're wearing a shirt like this, don't go down too far because you'll get rubbing and it will transfer. It's makeup, not magic. I don't know how many times I gotta say this to people because people still don't get it. But, okay, could you mix Athens and Sandy? You can. I can. I don't like asking people to buy a bunch of colors. Like my summer shade is Hazel, but my winter shade is Athens. So I don't want to have to buy Sandy to get by. So what I do is I'll take whatever my brightening is. And so if I have I showed this, but if you have a really dark shade and it's just a little bit too dark, you can bridge like I just did with the bronzer and using my brightening and my darker color together. I mean, I have all the makeup, so I'm able to use all these different colors. But with Hazel, and go watch my summer to fall tutorial because I show this, but you can take your brightening and go right down here like that, and then just pull it down, and that will bridge your summer shade to your neck. Never try to match your neck to your face. It'll be too light and it'll cause texture, especially if you have textured skin, breakouts or pores or fine lines. Using a shade too light is going to accentuate that. And so just taking that brightening color and doing that will help bridge it. It's easy. It's very, very simple. You could tap in between if you want, tap into your main highlight first. If you're working with your face and trying to tone down to your winter shade or fall shade, tap into your main first and then tap into your brightening. And then it tones it down. If you take a good probiotic, it will help with the breakouts. I know. I need to get one. I used to take one. I didn't know that about breakouts. Oh, Mario Badescu has a great skincare that helps too. Oh, good. Good morning, Mrs. Barris. How is Mr. Barris? Did he miss me? All right. We're going to move on. I don't bring my main highlight up any higher. I don't need any makeup up here from my main highlight. You don't need it. You don't. I don't have it up here, and look, it looks great. I'm going to go to my detail brush. We're going to get into contour. Again, I'm using Cedar. Now, you can see, looking at my head, I have contour on over here, and I have nothing on over here except for that suede, but there's that natural shadowing. That's where your contour goes. Okay, not well. He did miss you. Oh my gosh. Pulmonary embolism and DVT. Ooh. Okay, well, I have no idea what to do for that other than to say we're thinking of him, praying for him, hugs to him, and that stinks. So take care of yourself too. Remember to take care of you too. All right, so see how I pounded that in right here, going in, going down, and then fluffing around. You want a light touch. You don't want a heavy hand with this. Your skin is already nice. So, and your skin is doing some of the work for you. You're warm. You're about roughly between 96 to 98 degrees. Your skin's doing work, okay? Most welcome. Oh, good. Yes, praying for him. I was actually thinking about you guys this week. I was like, I wonder how they're doing. And I'm going to take the small end. I'm going to go into my brightening. I'm going to come right here in the middle. I'm going to pull over my brow because that yellow undertone is going to cancel redness that I have around my brows. And then I just pull up towards that contour. And when my lightness meets my darkness, it balances. You don't, I mean, that's very little makeup that does so much. It gives me coverage. It gives me dimension, balance. It's good. And you don't need a lot. This is very little makeup on my forehead. It's light and it does so much. It's 80% pigmentation, so you don't need what you did before. So that's how I do this. Your light shade, your brightening highlight should be a couple shades lighter than your skin tone. Go extra light on it. It's gonna look heavy because it's too light. But don't worry, and then blend it out and trust the process. And if you feel like it's still too much, take this fluffy brush and you just go like this. It's not a big deal. Blend it down, blend it down. They work together. Okay. I'm gonna take, I'm on my detail brush. Okay. Okay. Oh, we're like family now. Thank you. All right, we're gonna go into, I'm gonna do my nose because it's driving me bonkers because only half is done. So we're gonna take this brush. If you're getting into contouring, you want a straight edge brush. This is why you don't need to put tape in your mouth. Okay, don't put tape in your mouth. It's silly. All right. I think it's young kids doing it. I don't know. So I don't know what's going through their brains. I don't remember it going through my brain like that. All right. So we're going to take this and we're going to go right here. And we're just going to go above the side. We're not in the middle, but we're up top. And then you're going to push this towards the brow. I watched this video on Instagram. Huda Beauty, and they were doing nose contouring and they were using a brush like this and it was so technical. I was like, just slap it on, pound it out. Okay. Slap, 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 bang, 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 bring it over, bring it to the middle. It's okay to turn your nose a little brown. Take this little end, tap it, and then just draw a darn line. Like things aren't that hard. I mean, this is off center and then you just tap it out. Don't overcomplicate things with weird techniques like tape. Just grab a brush, slap it on your face if this is that hard, okay? If you're unsure, your face is your guide. Like your face is already telling you where things go. You have a shadow right here. We're gonna accentuate that shadow by going just above it. Okay, we're gonna help give lift, but it naturally will blend down. So we're going to go in. And you can easily take an eyeshadow brush, line it up with the corner of your mouth and go to the top of your ear and you can go in, okay? Because it's gonna go above that natural shadow. You don't want it on top of your cheekbone. We're not trying to flatten down our cheekbones. We're wanting to lift them, hold your brush at an angle, and then pop it up. But your face is already telling you where your shadow is. Just live next to it because as you're tapping this out, it's going to naturally go into that shadow. It goes down naturally. You can't help it. We try. But I pull up towards the temple to blend into up here. And it's okay. But your shadow's already telling you where it is, where it ends, where you need to put things. It's just looking at your face. And that's like our favorite thing. Tap on some more. And we're going to go in front of the earlobe here and go a little above the shadow again. I have a bit of I don't know what to call this. I don't want to call it a jowl because it sounds awful, but it dents in here. So I just stop right before it and I bring it up. I don't mind it so much. I mean, my face is my face. This is who I am and whatever, but I do like to sharpen up back here. All right. What am I going to do next? Blush. Let's do blush. All right, I'm going to do two things. I did it over here and I really liked it. So I'm going to take my bronzer and I'm going to pop a little dot right up here. That's it. This is so easy. And then we're going to go up above that contour right here. Okay, so easy. Now I'm going to go into Frenchie. Frenchie's my favorite. It is. Frenchie's great. And then you have that scarring. You can see it wanting to pull through. This is why I can't use things like sandstone by itself, sangria, pink grapefruit, all those bright, deep colors. I can't because it wants to pull this through. But Frenchie, my friends, keeps it down. It's like my discoloration babysitter. Boom. And this one I don't feel like you can over apply because we're going to blend this down. So that's what I do to combat it. And then I'm going to go in with my blush and bronzer brush, and I'm going to go into my sandstone. Now tap in lightly with lip and cheeks because they are not created equal. Some pick up really easily, some don't. So go light always until you get to know what each color is like. Sandstone for me picks up very easily. And so I have some on here and I start over that bronzer. Over the bronzer, I smile because I want to see where exactly my cheeks are. And I start up here and I work it with that bronzer. And then I bring it down to Frenchie. And if I need to add a touch more Frenchie with it, I do. It's fine. It's makeup. Blend out that bronzer up here. Take that fluffy brush. Give it a little smooshy, smoosh, 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 smoosh. There we go. And look how pretty that is, right? Right. All right, let's do our under eyes. I'm going back to the blend brush. It's a light application brush. You want this brush if you're ready to grow your collection. This one. All right, we're gonna go into Sunlit because it has that yellow undertone and I do get that darkness. We're gonna really get all in here. I love this combo. It's good for summer. It's good for fall. It's really pretty. All right, we're gonna go in. We're gonna tap in. Right there, you see it? Now I'm gonna smile. Hi guys. You see this natural shine? That is where it goes. Because that's what it's mimicking is a shine. And so I want it in the natural shine place. And then I'm gonna go over here and I'm just gonna clean up some eyeshadow, but it's on that orbital bone. Then I'm gonna grab that shine spot and I'm gonna push up in to my inner corner and grab if you need a little more up and into that little corner, but we are not living on this packet of fluff, okay? We're gonna go to that shine, we bring it up and we cancel out that inner corner darkness, okay? And then we come up to meet that cleanup line and bring them together on that orbital bone. Tap once if you need to. And then you just build this up and it blends like a dream. And then we can go into, and I mean, this is pretty loosey-goosey. So when you see me sweeping, it's real light, but it's doing so much. And if you feel like it needs more, tap. Do not wipe. Tap, 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 tap. But you want this, the lightest coverage. If you need heavy coverage here, that doesn't mean it has to be heavy here. So you can easily, what's the word? Customize the build of your makeup with this. So here is where the lightest amount of makeup goes. Take that fluffy end right here, there, and just bridge that blush right there. Look at how pretty that is, okay? Easy peasy. I have oily skin. Can you see how different it is? Like my oil is oily, all right? Again, it's makeup, not magic, and I am a very oily skinned girl. I'm gonna do my brows really quick. I'm going back into my palette here, and I'm going to just wipey, and I'm gonna go into Trust first, but first let's comb them. I will say, I think this blue is really pretty in person. I feel like it's pretty subdued right here. All right, I'm going into Trust first, tap it off, and we're gonna draw that hard line on the bottom. Hard line on the bottom. And then we're gonna come up to the top a quarter of the way in, and we're gonna hard line at the top. Hard line at the top. And then we're going to sweepy, sweepy, sweep. And then I just flick up at the front corner, and then I just start pulling from that hard line at the bottom and blending up and in. Now I have some places I push in right here just to blend that line in, and then I fill in. Now if there's some bald spots, like I have one back here, I go into Oak, which is just a little bit lighter, and I use that to fill in if I use Trust. It just makes my brows look extra dark. And now I'm gonna take this brush here and we're gonna go up and out right there. Okay, I'm going to take this. I feel like I need to just sweep underneath here a little bit. Okay, let's do our lips. So over down here, hi, I have my lips contoured and brightened for structure. Do you see how they're just a bit more structured here? That is contouring and brightening. I don't like doing the dark all the way around. So I'm going to take my detail brush and I'm going to tap into that cedar and I'm going to shadow it and then I'm going to shadow it. Okay, not a lot, but I want to see a little bit above that lip, like outer lining, taking this small end, going into my brightening and just doing a greater than less than. I like this more than I like contouring. Now I'm going to take my multitasker brush and we're going into Renaissance.
You were gonna come in.
I am. I'm almost done, kiddo. We're going in and I'm going to line. Thank you. Baby, I'll be right there. Where's my palette? Please. So we're going into Renaissance. And Renaissance, if you're looking for a dupe because you didn't get it, go to MAC Half Red. And we're going to go up and over. And then I'm going to go down and around. I don't like to outer line my lips. I just think it looks weird on my lips, and that's why I contour. Contouring is outer lining your lips, but it's blended. And so we're going to go down, we're going to go up, and ta-da. Then I'm going to go in on the big end, and I am using a shade of the season. I have a little bit of setting powder in there. This is Homecoming. I'm trying to see a true tone here, but it's such a beautiful, beautiful color. It's this one. Look at how pretty that is. That's a good true tone. And it goes so well with Renaissance, which is so dark. And so you can use the brush or you could use your finger and you just blend it. Look at how pretty that is. It's such a beauty. I just think it's a great it's a good all around color. Like this is your brunch. This is your work. This is your night out. This is a great, beautiful, all around, good time, all season color. Homecoming is so pretty. That's it. All right, now I'm gonna spray my face. Because I've been on here a long time because I've also been on Facebook. While my face is still damp. Now we saw, this is what happens with my skin. It's been 45 minutes since I did finish this side. So you can see I did put some balm right there, but it is oily. So I take my fluffy brush and I swirl it around, tap it off, and I start on the outside and I bring it in. I like this side right here to be the first place my powder hits. I like my skin to still have a dewy finish, which Vanilla Dust allows me to do, but I border on greasy. And so you can take it like that and it just resets it. Again, it's makeup, not magic. De-Slick is great. If you feel like you need something with more punch, the Urban Decay All Nighter Pressed Setting Powder is so good. You can depot this. So you can go in and pop out the tin and it will fit in a palette. It just takes up too much room. You could also take an empty tin. Take one of your old empty tins. You can pulverize this down and powder it up really good. Get a little bit of rubbing alcohol and you can press it into one of these tins. You can absolutely do that and that works really well too. Homecoming is one of my favorites too. I slept on it for a long time and it's only available until the 28th of September. So if you haven't gotten it, do get it. Get the blend brush while you're at it and get yourself some free shipping. Or the multitasker brush. A lot of people sleep on this brush, but this is a great eyeliner brush. This is, if you like cut creasing, I don't do it, but it's a great cut creasing, lip liner, eyeliner. It's a really good brush. Some people like to apply all their colors with it. So multitasker for a reason, but it's so good. On Amazon, there is a silicone brush holder. Our biggest brush is 8 inches long. I think it's either this one or it's the 3D brush, but it will hold all of our brushes. So if you need a purse palette and you need that Vanilla Dust like I do, I keep a eyeshadow brush and a blend brush in it, and then you keep a little palette 6 in your purse, and then you're not worrying about your purse getting dirty from your brushes because those you know what, I'm going to get one and I'm going to link it in my link tree. And That's what I would recommend. I'm going to do another purse palette video because it's so good. But this is my makeup all up in your biz. Okay, skin is skin is skin. It's got a texture. You've got pores. I mean, your makeup will always look like makeup, but it should look good. But those silicone brush holders magnetize shut, so they're not loosey-goosey. And you can easily just grab a couple tins, keep the lids on, and throw them in there with it too. But this is my skin. This is my skin with Saint makeup on. Now, if I put tradition, I should do that again. I just hate trashing. I will do it, but I'm not going to tell you the brands I'm using. I think that's only fair. What, baby?
Someone's hiding in the closet.
Hanging?
Hiding.
Oh, hiding. Okay, I'll be right in. I'm just closing out. Okay.
I was gonna hide with her, but she's just punching me.
Okay, I'm coming in. This is enough. Okay. Let's see. Where was I? Okay. I don't remember. Kids. But I like the way my makeup looks on my skin. And that's, at the end of the day, what matters is if you like that. I think oh, that's what I was talking about. Maybe I'll do a half face where I do half my face in traditional makeup, the other half in Saint, but I'm not going to say the brands I'm using with traditional makeup because I think it's rude. Okay? All right, that's it. I need to go and regulate. This is blue eyeliner, by the way. This was the colors. So that's it. I'm going to be putting a short up later today with all the colors I did this week, and it'll be fun stuff. I did the same blushes, the same lip, and all of them. Frenchie and Sandstone, Renaissance, and Homecoming on all 4 eyeshadow looks. All right, that's it. Have a great day.